Newswatch 16's Chelsea Strube and Jeremy Lawan were the MCs of this event today in Lackawanna County. And when he's not busy MCing all over the area, he takes some time for us here in the backyard. Jeremy, those ice sculptures looked a little glistening today in that nice chilly air up in the ice festival.
You know what, Jack? Maybe a little bit of melting going on with those ice carvings because the temperatures were above the freezing mark today for the first time in 6 days straight. It's been quite a while since we've seen those, and they didn't just exceed the freezing mark by 1 or 2 degrees. We were up to 38 degrees today in Avoca, and in Williamsport we surpassed the 40-degree mark. 42 there, 42 for Selinsgrove, exactly the freezing mark today in Mount Pocono. So if you found yourself today in downtown Scranton or in Clark Summit to see those ice sculptures, boy, some of them are going to not last too long as a result of these temps that are now above the freezing mark. If you remember, we've been not just below the freezing mark, but down in the 20s and teens as highs for 6 days straight. One of those included the 11-degree high temperature we had on Tuesday. That's the coldest we saw all winter so far. And of course, on Wednesday morning, who could forget, we woke up to -9 degrees for the first time since 2015. So it's been a very cold stretch. Now we're slowly surpassing the freezing mark and we'll be above it for several days in a row. Just not tonight. The temperature is now down in the teens. 17 for Wysox, 13 in New Milford, 19 in Storuca, 12 in the icebox of Lopez. We're still in the 20s for the Susquehanna Valley, 26 in Lewisburg and 27 out in central Pennsylvania in Lock Haven. Look at this gorgeous sunset from earlier over Lake Wallenpaupack. You can see it's completely frozen. That won't last maybe not too long as a result of those temps starting to surpass the freezing mark. But right now, Lake Wallenpaupack frozen. Now this happened at 5:12. We had sunset tonight. I'm going to do some magic here. Ready? From 5:12 to now. Here's what it looks like live in Lake Wallenpaupack. Some clouds starting to fill in over the lake. Current temperature right now just 27 degrees. Winds coming out of the southwest at 7. There are those clouds. They're high and not too thick, but nonetheless starting to obscure the view of stars across the northern tier. Still pretty clear down in Schuylkill County and Carbon County too. There's a closer look. Potter, Tioga, Bradford, Susquehanna counties seeing those cloud cover pretty much overhead. And that's going to continue as we go through the overnight tonight. We got this low pressure system right now to the west of Hudson Bay. That's going to dip into the northeast, but really just make its way into New England. I think, if anything, we're just going to see a tail end of moisture come in on Tuesday morning, but that tail end of moisture, not too much as far as accumulations of snow, but it will have a direct impact on your wet Tuesday morning commute. So here's how I see things on future clouds and radar, the bigger picture. That low pressure system kind of sliding its way into the Canadian Maritimes into parts of New England, and a little tail, a front coming through on Tuesday morning. Then another low pressure system develops in its wake, and that brings in more moisture Tuesday night into Wednesday morning and even through Wednesday through the day. So here's the close-up version here over our area of Pennsylvania. Some clouds continuing to fill in through the overnight tonight. Tomorrow morning, those clouds burn off, and throughout the entire afternoon on Monday, looks great. That timestamp was moving, you wouldn't even know, because we're going to have clear skies throughout the afternoon. Now, Monday night into Tuesday morning, that's when that tail of moisture rolls in throughout the northern tier by around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And notice how thick a band of snow this will be. So this will reduce visibility significantly, so much so that it will impact your Tuesday morning commute with really, really rough conditions. And we could have some dangerous zero visibility as the snow squall rolls through. Then things clear out for a lot of your Tuesday, and Tuesday night we could see some additional snowfall in the northern tier and even down into the valley cities. The snow squall not going to put down too much, but maybe Tuesday night into Wednesday morning we could see an inch of snow in the northern tier to wake up on Wednesday morning. There's a look at your 7-day forecast. Temperatures above the freezing mark for the next few days, hovering around the freezing mark on Tuesday and Thursday. But Jack, with the added winds, it will feel like the 20s all day, so maybe that'll help those ice sculptures across parts of the region.
Definitely still bundling up. Thank you, Jeremy.
Yep.
The Eagles